It really feels like we're in the golden age of anime these past few months. Spurred on by the success of Attack on Titan and others, there's so many great seinen on TV right now. Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Vinland Saga, and even this season we get Oshi no Ko and Hell's Paradise. In the midst of all of that, Heavenly Delusion has flown relatively under the radar, but has completely shattered my expectations and is fresh off of an absolute masterpiece last week. You gotta check it out. But from the very first clip, the world immediately immerses you with these beautifully painted backgrounds, and if the art doesn't get to you, the music that complements it will. Made by the amazing Kensuke Ushio, the same person behind Chainsaw Man, A Silent Voice, and more if you thought any of those OSTs were good. From here on out, every scene, every monster, every conversation is captivating. It doesn't take long to fall in love with this world. Immediately you'll have questions like, where is everybody? Why can he do that? What the fuck is that thing? And what caused all of this? Random one-liners breed birth to questions and theories that span episodes without directly being answered. This is an anime that makes you think. It's dense with plot and emotion, but somehow at the same time, it's also really laid back. It capitalizes on its fantastic post-apocalyptic world building by giving us two main characters, Kiriko and Maru, who grew up in the era where the world was already fucked up. They don't know what the world was like before the Great Collapse, and they have a lot of the same questions that you do. They also just both happen to be silly dumbasses. To them, spending a whole day scavenging an abandoned civilization for supplies and fighting off bandits is normal, and they find ways to enjoy life in spite of how shitty their world might be. They take solace in finding a toilet with some actual toilet paper for once, or just having food that doesn't taste like complete ass. Kiriko's ability to find joy in the simple things in life is part of what makes her such a great character, and taking the time to establish Kiriko and Maru's relationship or develop them never feels like it weighs the show down or gets in the way of anything you really want to see. After all, it's through their eyes that we get to go on this adventure as Kiriko tries to lead Maru to heaven and unlock the mysteries of this world. And no matter how wholesome, fun, or fucked up these little nuggets of the show are, when night falls and the soundtrack changes, something is out there watching you, waiting for you to get a little too comfortable and slip up. The Hiriko cast a thick shadow over the story. Their scenes push the boundaries of what genre this show is even trying to be, and introduce some of the best horror direction that you'll see in any anime. They're these vicious man-eaters who no one knows what they are, how they came to be, or why they have so many powers. All you do know is that if you run into one of these things, you're probably not making it out alive. Their existence in this world raises even more questions. What we do know is that Kiriko and Maru, because they've been fighting for their entire life, have developed a skill to kill these things and get by as bounty hunters. That's where we're introduced to another interesting part of this show, the people. In a world where society has broken down, there are no rules or structure. Every micro-society, every clique, every camp that Kiriko and Maru walk into have the potential to be just some hippies who want to get high and vibe out, or the most evil group of people that you can imagine. Every job they take can be an ambush. Every tip they receive could be a setup. Nobody can be trusted. It's like joining a random big Discord server and expecting some 12-year-old to not try to blow your eardrums out. The people in this show will lie straight to your face. They'll do shit that even they don't truly understand the reasoning behind. Most of the characters are seriously fucked up in some way, a result of having to experience the shit they have to experience in this post-apocalyptic society. It's up to you to pay close attention because every bit of symbolism, world building, and dialogue that we get feels impactful. I mean, you don't have to, but I definitely think you should. And when you break down society, when you break down its constructs, when you break down everything. Not only do you get a lack of order and some people who will try to take advantage of others, you also get to explore truly unique moments of what makes us all human. The impact of those slower scenes from earlier are magnified when at any moment you could be facing a life-threatening situation. It's those little moments of peace and serenity that really define this show and make you question what heaven are we even searching for in the first place. And just when you think you're starting to find your footing in this world, just when you think you're starting to understand the Hiriko or have Kiriko and Maru's world figured out, you jump to an entirely different story in the same universe with characters that are just as deep and engaging as the ones from before, and even more questions. Why the hell can this girl climb like this? Why is he invisible on camera? Oh, they don't really have any powers shown, they're just gay. What the fuck are those things? These kids are locked in these walls under strict supervision and teaching, but when they start to develop things like love or curiosity of what's outside the walls, things they weren't taught, you start to question how much of this is nurture versus human nature. If the main plot of this show is like Chainsaw Man or some other post-apocalyptic anime, then this is definitely Promised Neverland. We can only pray that it doesn't end the same way, but up to this point, every moment spent here has been just as compelling and intriguing as the main story, and we still don't really know what the fuck is going on here or how it's gonna tie in, but every time it comes around, there's more new questions being asked than there are being answered. It's crazy to me how this show is able to balance the mystery of the main story, Kiriko and Maru's relationship, and this insane B-plot and do them all at the same time really well, with great production that ties everything together. I know I mentioned the backgrounds already, but just look at this shit. They look like they were hand painted. The pure impact of the Kiru beam, a fucking handheld railgun, smooth and crisp action sequences, the camera and lighting letting you dive directly into the scenes and how truly unsettling the Hiriko are. That same great camera work just making a scene more funny, or subtle details in the characters' mannerisms that truly let you know how they feel. Combine all of that with a beautiful soundtrack that seems to fit every story beat perfectly. I can't play much of it here because we don't have the officials yet, but trust me, it's really good. Heavenly Delusion has been beautiful so far. I hope it's obvious by the passion I put into this video, but I really like this show. I like the characters and the art and the music. I like how it's able to seamlessly bounce between wholesome laid-back moments and intense action and storytelling while balancing it all really well. I like the humanity buried in the depths of its intricate storytelling. And if you like this video, subscribe. I try to do stuff like this once a week. Also, I hit 1,000 subscribers somewhat recently, and at the time, it kind of just felt like one bump in the road on the path to what I want to achieve on this channel, but lately I've been feeling like I should give back. If you join the Discord, there's going to be a 3-month Crunchyroll subscription giveaway, so if you don't have Crunchyroll, you can tap into that, or if you already have Crunchyroll, you can either pay it forward or I'll send cash value. Thank you all for supporting me on this journey, and peace.